Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Giga Geeks podcast. I am your host, the GigaGamerDad. And with me tonight, I have DCtheTrashPanda. How are you, Panda?
We're alive today. How are you?
I'm doing great. The kids are kind of coming down. They've been down with like a cold and the flu for the last week or two, so it's been a nightmare.
Kiddo got the flu. Came home Friday with a fever, and then I took her to urgent care and tested for COVID, strep, and the flu.
Yeah.
So, and it's like her temperature goes up, and then like the day goes on, and then it like normalizes. But yeah, it's going around.
I mean, it could be worse, I guess. I mean,
at least we're not. Yeah, there's nothing coming out of the ends, and she's eating just fine. So I'm like, okay, like we're good. Everything's okay.
My son, he also had ear infection, so that didn't help at all. But he's finally like starting to eat everything again.
Oh, good.
He wasn't before. He didn't even want to like drink, and it's disheartening for a little bit.
That's the thing that I'm struggling with is like, no, you need to drink like Airborne. You need to drink Pedialyte. She's like, I don't want to drink anything. My tummy hurts.
Well,
I'm like, I get it, but like,
drink shit to get that fixed.
Yeah, so she's gonna hop in the shower here in a few. I might draw her bath.
That's not a bad idea. So our original plan was to talk about our video game top 3, our holy trinity, the companies that we will buy the games for no matter what they release. However, it's just kind of hard with just one other person. Yeah. So
I feel it.
What we're gonna do first is we're gonna talk about a game that I just am baffled by, because Dying Light came out 10 years ago. I was still in the Marine Corps when it came out. Parkour zombie game. Well,
yeah, I'm having to look this one up, so just keep going though.
Yeah, as it turns out, there was a $386,000 Dying Light collector's edition, and the article is saying that nobody bought it. Who would have guessed?
Hold on, it cost how much?
In American money, I mean, if you were going to buy it overseas, it's 250,000 euros. Or I think pounds. I don't know what this is. However, in American money, it is $386,000. Now, here's what it came with. It came with a life-size volatile statue, which is a zombie in the game that appears at night. That's basically a volatile version. It's very chaos driven. Your face would be in the game on one of the characters, whether it was a zombie. I think it was a zombie. A custom zombie-proof shelter built by Tiger Log Cabins. 4 copies of the game.
Why would you need 4 copies of one game?
So you can get your friends to play it. I mean, if you're going to buy a cabin, you're going to lock yourselves in there, right?
I guess.
A round-trip flight to visit Techland, the studio that made the game.
Okay.
A custom night vision goggles and adult diapers, because they were like, "Oh, you're gonna piss yourself playing this game." Real life parkour lessons. And whenever I read that, I always think of that Office episode where like parkour. And they're like jumping on the sofa. It's like, I hate doing no fucking parkour, that's for sure. And then
I don't
Razer
think any of us would be able to do parkour.
No. Like, as weird as it is, like, why would you want that collector's edition? Money aside. I mean, if I had stupid money, maybe I would. But that just doesn't seem like a good purchase.
$385,000
or $386,000 collector.
So $390,000. Almost $400,000.
Roughly,
almost $500,000. I'm just that kind of person that's going to round up to all of this because I have
yeah, right. Like I
have
found this
better
article yesterday, and I
things.
was like, I got to bring this up to talk about because I like Dying Light. It was a good game. It still is a good game if you go back and play it. The Techland did a very good job of supporting it a long time after it launched, and now they're supporting Dying Light 2 a long time after their launch. Like the company is very good at keeping their content alive. However, this was at a time where I think Techland was founded by the guys that did the original Dead Island games, and then they just brought that up a notch. Because I can't remember what the old company was. I think it was Quicksilver or something like that. But they like a $386,000. I hope they did not build this cabin beforehand.
Right.
Because here's the thing. I hope they didn't make any of this. Like the statue, I'm sure they have the statue in their office. But as far as like, because the whole price, the cost is that zombie built or custom built zombie proof shelter. That's what that price is.
Oh, sweet lordy.
You know, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Let's see what it says. In an interview with Insider Gaming Techland's PR manager, Paulina, I'm not even going to butcher that last name. It's DZIE DZIAK.
Paulina.
And well, okay, yeah, we're just going to say Paulina.
Paulina
revealed the expensive bundle actually never sold. Rather, it was all a genius marketing ploy. As she says, it was a PR stunt and a lot of media attention for its wild and over-the-top nature. It was designed to generate buzz around the game's release, an email read. It did a great job of getting the game noticed, though, but nobody purchased it, thankfully, I guess. Now, here's the thing. If you're going to, even if you didn't expect anybody to buy it, some billionaire idiot like Elon Musk would probably go out there and buy something this stupid.
Yeah.
So if you don't really want to have to follow through with this, then why make it a thing? I'm not saying that Techland's stupid. I like their games. They're great.
Or
but
did
as
they
far as like why even advertise this? It doesn't make
my brain just thinks like, oh, it didn't do as well as we thought that it would, so we're just gonna say that that's what it was.
No, I think I vaguely remember this, that it was announced at the time that the game was going to come out, and like it was a big thing. I think I remember reading something about it. But this was for the first Dead Island game, the first one, or not the Dead Island game, first Dying Light, which came out in like 2014, 2015.
It said 15, yeah.
Okay, I remember it coming out the year I got out of the Marine Corps. And as far as like, it was a great game. But like I said, why are you going to announce a huge collector's edition like that on a game that doesn't have a fan base yet? Yeah, we just
made that. Yeah. So
we just talked about that.
I don't think Billy was here for like the beginning of it. So there was, you can explain it because I'm not good at re-explaining things.
I still have the article up. It was a $286,000 collector edition that Techland had originally like announced to try and get traction for the game to make it popular, and it worked. Like people bought the game, but they advertised that. Like, why would you want to advertise something like that if you had no intentions of selling it?
Because like there would be that one guy that's like, oh my god, I could just throw this money into here.
Yeah.
Like, and then it like it not happen.
You'd be mortgaging a house. Like I hope maybe if I was single, I would try and mortgage this collector's edition at like, Because that's the size of a house. Like, if they're going to build me a cabin, I'm going to make sure I would live in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what. So yeah, that's what they were saying, was that it was a marketing ploy.
Said, yeah, like the quote said it was a marketing ploy. But even then, if you advertise something like that, there's a possibility of somebody actually taking you up on that offer.
So then would they have to honor it? I would.
I'd rather. I mean, like I said, if I was single, yeah, let's pull out a mortgage. Let's buy this cabin. Zombie proof.
I mean, we don't know.
No, nobody did. Like, the article just came out a few days ago announcing that nobody ever did. And I'm just saying, like,
if somebody
crazy.
did.
Because this was also at a time, like 2015. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Billy. Like, he says they would legally have to honor it or potentially get sued. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the potential of somebody actually thinking that they want this and finding a way to get it, like, they'd have to follow through with it. A marketing ploy or not.
Yeah, I could think of where $400,000 could go to something better, where it's like, but if they are offering a cabin, then yes, I'll take the cabin.
To respond to Draven, the cost of the entirety of the collector's edition, let me bring it back up because I'll even say what was in it again. It was, in American money, it was $386,000. It came with a life-sized volatile statue, your face in the game, a custom zombie-proof shelter built by Tiger Log Cabins, 4 copies of the game, a round-trip flight to visit Techland Studios, a custom night vision goggles and adult diapers because they assumed you were going to piss yourself. The game wasn't even that scary. Real-life parkour lessons and a Razer headset. Can we put our money together?
But then they came out saying
timeshare on the cabin.
Right. Airbnb.
Yeah, right.
That's everyone's credit. I just got a car, so ask me in 3 months.
I mean, we have a house, so. But the quote from the PR person, Paulina, whatever. I'm sorry, Paulina, if you're going to listen to this, I do not want to butcher your last name. I have a hard enough last name. I get it. It was a PR stunt and a lot of money and got a lot of media attention for its wild and over-the-top nature. It was designed to generate buzz around the game's release, an email said. It did a great job of getting the game noticed, though, but nobody purchased it, thankfully, I guess. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, it's so, I can't wrap my, because the way that it's like, even saying like, thankfully, I guess, like, I guess. So if someone had purchased, they would have had to honor it.
Yeah.
Which is where like that whole, I guess, thankfully.
Because here's the other thing, like Techland would not. I don't think Techland would make any money off of the deal because all the money would have to go to building that cabin.
Yeah. Hold on. So, have you ever seen the guy who tattooed the radio station call numbers on his forehead to win money, but it was an April Fool's Day joke by the radio station, and the radio station lost the lawsuit? That, you know what?
People do some weird things for some stupid shit. I
would do some shady things for thousands of dollars. I love those videos though that like, would you swing on your husband for like $100,000? Like, I'm swinging. I mean, $100,000.
$100,000. I don't think $100,000, but
I'd swing on him. I love him.
$20 is $20.
Money is stupid shit. Yes, $100,000. I think Gregory would understand.
I mean, $1 million. Like, I'd whore myself out for that. We live in the best life.
That pussy on the sidewalk.
I'd be like, what do you want me to wear? Like, how short's the shirt going to be? Like, what do you want?
Yeah, anything
I
above
can't do my own makeup. Get somebody else to do it for me.
anything above, $50,000, I'd do some shady shit for.
Well,
I
that brings up something else. Because I went on to see how much my Xbox account is worth.
Oh God.
I've had my Xbox account for I think 13 years. 980 or 98,000 like gamer score, blah 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 blah. I think I total it out to like 600 and some plus games total that I own. I totaled it out to see how much my Xbox account would be worth if I were to like just sell it. I'm not gonna. I play Xbox too much to care about selling it. But my Xbox account value is set at $18,000, $18,173.30.
How do you math these things? And what are you doing?
I found a calculator, and it like let you put in certain things to like fill that out.
It's like the quote from Coming to America: "For the right price, a camel will dance on top of a pyramid." I mean,
yeah,
fact.
fair. I mean, I also keep track of like
find these things. Is what I understand.
I just like Googled it. I was like, how much is my account worth? And if we were to look at like how much my Lego sets are, I keep track of them as well. Like every time I get a new one, I put it in. Current value is sitting at $11,346.45. I can even tell you how much I paid. My retail price, what I've paid for these sets, is $8,099.
That could still pay off my car. Jesus. Oh my God.
As a collector, I like to know the value of my things.
Well, yes, right.
But even then, I am not buying a $386,000.
I don't think Billy has had the pleasure of seeing your Star Wars collection. He takes so much pride and joy in this. I'll let him have his moment.
Billy, most of them are unopened. I still have plans to open them. They're here to build. Like, I am not gonna not open them. I have. Let's see. How many? I have 122 sets. 122 Lego sets. I wish I could show you guys everything.
I know. You precious little nerd. Is it still for sale?
Like the cabin? I highly doubt it. Right? No, none of my shit's for sale. Did you see they have a new Jurassic Park collector's edition where it's the T-Rex skeleton? I want that. So, like I collect Star Wars Legos. So it's one of those things where I'm like, maybe I need to branch out. Maybe my son needs a Lego set displayed in his room.
Maybe.
I don't know. But it looks cool. It's like 200. I think it's gonna be like $250, and I have Star Wars sets that are worth triple that. So
I think I already asked you this question. I'm pretty sure you already have it, but it was like the 7,000 piece.
The Millennium Falcon that's right there.
Yeah.
In my glass table.
Yeah. Sorry. I knew I asked this because I remember seeing it on Facebook, and I asked Greg if he would be mad if I bought him that, and he was like, it would just sit there in the box.
That loser. Why wouldn't he open it?
Because he doesn't like Legos like you do.
I love Legos.
I know you do.
Let's see if I can bring up a picture of it.
Do you have the Death Star?
No. That Death Star came out years ago, and you can't find it for less than $1,500.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
One of these days.
No.
We'll all pitch in for you.
There's another Death Star supposed to be coming out here later this year that's retailing for 1,000. That's what it's rumored to be.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah. So there's that.
Although there's been a huge handful of like the Harry Potter and Star Wars like Lego collections. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he already has all of these, but like, you want to go have some? I'm saving up for the zombie cabin now. It's not advertised anymore.
No, it is not. My wife just finished the Cullen House Lego set. I actually have it sitting back here behind me. I don't know if you can see it.
The Twilight Cullen house.
Yeah. That was like $250. I can't remember how much it was.
I didn't even know that was a thing, and now I've never needed something so bad.
Yeah, like released. I don't know, maybe a month ago, and she got it, and I'm like, yeah, go for it, get it. And
because you guys have a Lego place up there, don't you?
No, she had this shipped.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, we have Lego stores up here. However, like I usually buy straight from Lego directly because I get reward points. I think I have like $100 in reward points right now. And I use that to help pay and discount things.
Hold up. Now I gotta ask, whereabouts are you near Forks? Because I'm like a 5-hour drive.
My wife was in Forks here a few months ago. She went to go see Taylor Swift.
I live like a 5-hour drive east of Forks. I live 2 hours south of Spokane. I want to see. I didn't know that you. Well, hello, fellow Washingtonian. I've known this guy for a handful of months now and never knew he was in Washington.
I want to see if I can get this. Don't pay attention to Discord. I'm just trying to send this to try and download it because I can't just send it to me.
Can you look at chat? I want you to pronounce that city, not Seattle, but the other one, the vacation home in
Sequim.
Squim.
Well, it's just like Worcester out here, and or Peabody. It's it's spelled Peabody. Peabody, like fucking Peabody. Yeah. Americans are dumb.
First of all,
my wife made fun of me when I moved out here.
A lot of the cities in Washington State are like Native American names.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a truck from Washington in Virginia, and Greg's like, oh, look, Washington plates. And then he goes to drive by the side of it, and he's like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, what? And he showed me the side of the truck, and it said Issaquah on the side. And he's just like, I don't even know how to pronounce it. I was like, try. He's like, I don't even want to try. I'm like, Issaquah.
I can't say I blame him. It's ridiculous. Let's see if I can save to.
But yeah, lots of native land up here. There's a lot of places that you can't hunt or fish on because it's protected native land.
Mm-hmm. I was looking at
10 minutes on a good
trying to get.
day.
I'm trying to get a tour for everybody to watch. Where the hell? Google Drive.
Good old Montana.
I'm not even on Google.
What are we Googling?
Google. I'm Googling Google.
Okay, that just made me think of Eddie Murphy Delirious. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I have. I just typed in Googe, not even Google. There's no L in this. Damn it.
Goonie Goo Goo. Billy is curious on where you are from.
Me? I'm originally from Colorado. I was
Colorado.
born, grew up there, and then once I got out of the Marine Corps, I moved up to Boston.
Oh my Atlanta.
Is this even uploading? I don't even know anymore. I would hope so.
What are you trying to do now?
I have a video where I created for somebody to tour my man cave, and I was hoping to like upload it to Google Drive and get it that way. You're welcome.
Oh,
Billy.
it's not. Thanks for your cervix.
Yeah, my wife's like, us massholes want to confuse everybody with the town names. Yeah, they ain't that right. Well, let's start with another topic. You have been playing The Sims after I said I was, right?
Yeah, I was like, okay, he's on to something.
Yeah, I've been having a good time with it. I've been playing it. I just finished up the last week of the stupid event that just happened, which was cool. But let's talk about the new DLC coming out.
Oh
Because
God,
the DLC looks
another
pretty
one?
good. Well, I mean, there's 82. Now there's 83, and then they have 2 packs announced, so that's 84 and 5. Regardless, the let's get down to business update.
To defeat the Huns?
Oh my God.
Are we not?
I mean, we can defeat the Huns, but that's not what we're going for here.
Damn it. Then I don't want to do it.
All right.
Well, is that seriously what it's called?
That's gone out. No. It's I think that is. I think it is. Let's get down.
19 hours ago.
No, it's business and hobbies. It's the business and hobbies. The title of the article is "Let's Get Down to Business."
Okay.
Because they're talking about what's new in The Sims 4. What's new in this pack specifically? Ladies and gentlemen, the burglar is back.
No.
It says, get ready to lock your doors, or maybe you want to leave them unlocked. How daring of you. Definitely keep an eye out for the sneaky character. The burglar is back and ready to cause some mayhem. Watch them rob residential plots and small businesses in the Business and Hobbies expansion pack. Engage them in dramatic fights or make a daring escape. And yes, there's even some updated toe tapping music to go along with your heists. Here's the thing. My character is a vampire. You gonna come rob me? You just door dashed yourself to my front door. Hot and ready, hot to go, baby.
I was just like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah.
Like, I mean, think about it. You break into my old ass house, I'm gonna sit there like, dinner's here. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
that just mean me doing that just made me think of that meme that's going around with the Grinch. Hey, what's up, my guy?
So they have like burglar alarms and police officers. You have new lot challenges, like heist havoc. Lock the doors and hide all your valuables. Burglars visit more often on this lot, and the trusty alarms have a mind of their own. Another thing that's coming out with this new pack is you can be a tattoo artist. And it allows you to basically create your own tattoos, tattoo other Sims, erase tattoos, have a tattoo parlor. I am already imagining all the dicks people are going to draw. Because that's what people do with games like this, where you give them any ounce of freedom. You muted yourself, by the way. What were you saying?
That's what boys do. And then I said, God damn it.
There's new color and pattern tops. Like there's more, obviously there's new clothes. You have new countertops. It says usability improvements. The game's been glitchy since it came out, so I'm not going to be too impressed.
Yeah.
like that's part of the Sims jank. I'm used to it by now.
Yeah,
you can mentor other Sims. You can sell your mentorship. Like there's a lot of other things coming.
Oh no, that's the one that I'm doing. So I decided to do the Wizarding World one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one glitch that drives me insane. Is like I can go into the little realm, but then if I go into like the garden or like the dueling area or wherever the other one, the marketplace basically, when I go to go back into the Wizarding realm, it doesn't do anything. So then I have to close out of the game, or I have to save and exit and then load back up into the game.
I honestly haven't touched any of that. However, I do have an issue where my Sim can't clean his fucking house.
Did you make him neat? Or does he just not clean?
He is neat. Like I don't know what it is, but like I go to clean up like the trash because now they have the system where you get dusty, your house gets dusty. You have dust bunnies and shit. You can pet the dust bunnies, but you can pet the dust bunnies.
Okay.
But it's just one of those things. Like
I had that problem with my wife and kid.
Hey man, don't say it out loud. She could be watching. Mine is. I'm not saying shit.
Just don't make eye contact.
But I like my Sim will go clean the house and he's like, oh, I don't know what to do with this, and drop it on the floor. I'm like, you have the neat trait. You know how to clean the house.
Clean fucking house.
Luckily, Judith Ward, which is like one of the richest Sims in the game.
I might need to reassign their attribute. Are you talking about
I married Judith Ward and then killed her off. Okay, so what I did was I started this challenge where you have to make, I think it's $400,000 without any skills.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And I was like, I want to see if I can marry somebody that's rich and get it that way. It doesn't work. If you're doing a challenge where you have to do money like that, if you go and move into like another person's household, it wipes out the challenge. Like the challenge is null and void. It's like, okay.
Oh no.
And so
you went through all.
So I went through like hours of trying to woo this rich celebrity, only for it not to work. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna utilize this. So what I did was I made a birthday cake, aged her up, and woohooed her to death, and then sold her house and moved into something smaller.
Okay. That's one way to do. My original Sim died so fast.
I mean, my Sim now has like $400,000, so I'm not that mad about it. But it's just like one of those things where now
you're working on the challenge.
Yeah, and now I can't. I didn't finish it. So what I'm just doing now is just trying to live.
Just trying to live. I mean, same. No,
and so
it's so sad. I'm really happy that I was like, oh, let me just like make another character and add it to this family, because then my Sim died.
Yeah, well, that's why I like playing as a vampire, and you can actually go into the settings and lengthen how long they live, like the Sims lifespan. No, yeah, you didn't know you could do that, did you?
Nope.
But
I just barely learned on Power World that you can like change the length of the days and night. I did it the other day. I was like, oh.
So all my Sims are set to like epic long lengths, or like epic long lifespans. I mean, it doesn't matter for my vampire; he's immortal unless I die by something stupid. And I do that because I don't care if anybody else dies. I just don't want to die.
I just don't want to die. But it was, oh my gosh, it was so funny to me when my sim died because like his little girlfriend was over hanging out and then like she went upstairs to use the bathroom and he's like downstairs in this little room that I have with like all the couches and he's like and then she starts talking to my other character and she's like oh like and then the Grim Reaper comes up and talks to her and then she's like oh well it's been a great time bye and then just leaves. I'm like, so then she leaves, and then my new sim character that I made is like, like mourning. I'm like, oh my god, what is happening here? I'm like, you've been around for 2 days.
Oh,
this
boy.
chick's been around for a while as a romantic interest. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm over here getting all pissed off at this bitch, like fucking video game.
I had 2 people die in mine. I mean, I killed off Judith Ward, but Vladimir, I think it's Vladimir Stroud. Like everybody in the Sims community calls him Vladdy Daddy. He is the patriarch vampire. Like he's the old vampire in the game. Well, he came over to visit. Yeah, he came over and visited my trailer because I was living in Strangerville in the daylight and burned himself to death. I don't like he just sat outside waiting for me to open the door. My Sim's like, I'm asleep. And he just died on my doorstep.
Like what?
I was like, now what do I do? My mentor is dead.
Hold on, I gotta look this guy up.
Oh, it made me laugh so much. All right. That is it. That's it. You guys want to see it?
I don't understand.
Vladdy Daddy, yeah.
I don't see it.
It's just for those vampire lovers. I pulled a lot of bullshit to try and get this working. So let's bring it. This is the man cave. Let's see it. So we come in. We did all this from scratch. Over here, I have. Those are all R2D2 parts I'm still building. Like I have a lot of my Star Wars lore books and stuff there. I have a lot of the other little podcast bits. I still have my Yeti mic that doesn't work. A vintage Star Wars lunchbox.
The little lunchbox thing.
And then coming around, this is the Xbox I play on. We got my Starfield wall over here.
Oh my god.
Yes, this is in my basement. That particular locomotive down at the bottom is a $1,400 model. That is the Union Pacific Big Boy. I figured if I was going to get something to display, I'm going to keep it. Duct tape drywall seams? No. Let's see. Okay. So most of it's all done. The ceiling is not done. You can't. I also am in a stone basement, which is why that looks the way it is. It's painted stone. It's sealed. Like my house was built in the 1800s.
Lucky.
So
I say that, but I'm sure
it is a pain in the ass because I do get water in the basement.
I'm a builder. He's like, where do you live? I need to come fix
I get it. Come over. Fucking help me out here. The drywall you see up at the top, that's not drywall. That is just a foam insulation board that I've taped the seams up for. And I'm currently trying because the ceiling is uneven. There's no way to even it out without putting a drop ceiling in. And then I lose like 6 inches to the ceiling. I'm a short motherfucker. I'm hitting my head on it. That's how deep it has to go.
Oh, jeez.
I'm 5'6". I think we
really
did it,
help us out.
It drops it down to where I would be scraping my head on the top of the drop ceiling. We plastered all the walls and everything, which is all done. You can see over there in the corner above where my desk is, I do have soundproofing tiles. I have more that I want to get. Yeah, I see the shims. Me too, bud. Me too.
You do.
Every day I come down here. Trust me, it drives me up a wall. But it's better than not having a man cave.
Remove the floor and pour a lower floor. Huh. And that's not easy.
Tell you what, it is not easy. Considering that everything down here is in a lip section everywhere. It's already a drop down. The lolly columns you see right next to my TV, that is 2 of 6 we had done when we bought the house. I appreciate Billy. I painted those lolly columns to kind of match the aesthetic, but we had 6 of them installed. We have to have engineers come out because the house is so old, they added onto the house. And the main staircase, which is right above where I'm at, was starting to make the house sink. Or basically the house is doing this. And so we had to have engineers come in, jack up the house, put in new lolly columns. It was a pain in the ass. Yeah, it was sagging. It was
sagging.
Because we have 2 staircases in our house. One is a back staircase, and it's kind of like tight, and it comes around the corner, which is how the old staircases used to be in like the 1800s. That's the original staircase. And then when they added on the master bedroom, which is above us, and more rooms up to the upstairs, they put in a main staircase coming in from the front door, and that just they didn't account for how heavy that would be. Since 1998,
I guess I never would have thought of that either. So,
well,
fair enough.
I've been holding a hammer with my dad since I was 7, and a lot of this my father-in-law and I did this a lot of this ourselves. Like those shelves are built in. We built in all those shelves into the wall.
See, that's all I need in my life is built-in shelves. So when I move,
let's keep going. So, I'm not driving all the way down to wherever you're going to be to put in shelves. Get Greg to learn how to do it.
He's a busy man. He can't even
send Greg over. I'll teach him how to do
it.
And then over here, I have 2 desks. The one you're looking at, that's my build desk. That's where I build all my models.
That's where the Colin house is sitting right now.
Yep. And those are our 2 parts that currently there. That leg is finished. I just have to continue. All my Lego sets I haven't finished building or started. I have a lot more than that now.
I know. My goodness. Redonkulous.
My desk setup for where my computer is. And then all lit up shelves. And that's where my big Millennium Falcon is in a glass case. That's the R2 leg.
Jeez.
And then even all these shelves in here, they're all lit. I have every single Mandalorian set that has come out.
Baby Yoda.
Now, let's talk about that Razor Crest for a second. That Razor Crest is way more. Like, that's a $150 set. I modified it with $100 extra worth of pieces.
Is this the way?
I have the UCS Razor Crest, but this was before the UCS Razor Crest was announced, and I wanted a more screen accurate Razor Crest, so I paid $100 some more to get enough pieces to modify that Razor Crest to be more screen accurate. And then the UCS one came out. I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
Oh, I'm sure.
I modified that N1 Starfighter as well with silver pieces. Oh, she's fallen. Is she still? Yeah, she's still laying on the ground.
On the ground.
Modified that tank. That set right there, the Sith Fury, that's a $500 set if you were going to buy it new.
What was it?
That one I'm pointing at right now is the Sith Fury. It's from.
Oh.
It is from the Old Republic MMO that came out
Okay,
a
just
while
because
ago.
I just thought of it, what was the Mandalorian's little thing called before Woke Nation came by?
You mean Boba Fett's?
Yes, thank you.
The slave one.
Thank you.
And now it's
I
called
was
the
like,
Fire Spray. It's always going to be the slave one.
I remember it had to be changed for something, and I can't remember who I
And
was
then
talking to about it.
there's my $500 Razor Crest just sitting there. That's the next one I really want to build, to be honest with you.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, and that's it.
Look at how cute.
The soundproofing tiles are expensive. Otherwise, I would have finished up with them. They're like $120 for a pack of 5, and I was like,
I never
yeah,
heard
I'm done.
Woke Nation though. So I was losing words, but yes. So because Star Wars got bought out by Disney, they had to be more woke, and they changed the name of Boba Fett's little thingy.
The ship.
Yeah.
Boba Fett's ship was named the Slave One, and they didn't think that was politically correct, despite the fact that that has been the name since the 80s. So, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Thank you.
It's the same reason why Lego said that they weren't going to make a slave Leia, because she was naked in a bikini. But guess what? It is. Let's look it up. Jabba's sail barge, the new one, the whole UCS one. I want to see if they made one.
I think they should.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think they did. I mean, they should, considering it is part of the set.
Leave the smoking in old movies.
Yeah, they made a slave Leia, and I wish I kept my original slave Leia. I had one with the yellow skin, like one of the original slave Leias, and she's worth a lot of money now.
Well, that's a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only thing that I could have potentially gotten some money off of had I listened to my mother is my Beanie Babies and my Batman and Robin from like 1998 little action figures. I had every single character. Batman, Robin, Mr. Freeze, and Poison Ivy. And Batgirl.
I had a Mace Windu that came with the clone turbo tank in the early 2000s, 2010 something, somewhere in there, that had a light up lightsaber, and it still lit up. He sells for $80 by himself. I had me too. I had some of the earliest Magic Gathering cards too, and I had like the Ice Age set, the old Ice Age cards, like some of the first sets, and because I don't have anybody that played Magic up here, I sold them all. I said, come get them, $500, take them all. I had thousands of them, and I was just like, I can't keep moving these wherever I go. Come get them.
Shame.
Well, I bought two new. I have 2 Magic the Gathering decks up at the top there, and I think one of them is a Fallout Magic deck that came out, and one of them is a Warhammer Magic deck. I just wanted them. I really did. If I had more friends over here, I'd play more.
Well, I'm sorry we can't come visit all that often. But hopefully when I move, that's going to change. I need to make that man take time off. What?
Get him sick. I would.
He still goes to work when he's sick anyways.
I'm
moving to the East Coast. All the way to good old Virginia.
Oh, that's still quite a bit of ways for me.
It's like what, like an 8-hour drive?
That's a long time. That's a long time.
Bro, it takes me like 6 to 8 hours, depending on what time you leave, to get from where I live in Washington to the Oregon coast, like Seaside or Lincoln City. And that's like Overcast Beach.
Where are you going? Where are you moving in Virginia? Let's look it up. Do you know?
Like right outside of Richmond. Look, Charlottesville.
Charlottesville, Virginia.
It's really not that far. We just looked it up the other day.
I know. 9 hours and 13 minutes. That's an hour and 13 minutes longer than 8.
We need to. It's what?
It's 9 hours and 13 minutes.
Okay. I can make that 8 very easily.
That's a long... Well, we're not making it down to you, that's for sure.
That's fine.
I'd rather take the train, and I could take that for free.
See? There you go. But that was the other thing that I was thinking of. Rude.
I'm sorry.
So I haven't told the child, but we're going to make the trip to go see The Cursed Child up in New York.
New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan and I saw it. It was fucking lit.
At that point, we'll come over and then do whatever. Jordan
and I like to go down to New York every now and then and catch something on Broadway.
Yeah, that'll be that has to be my first one.
Because all we have to do is pay for like where we're staying in New York for the night, and then just take the train down.
Yeah. I drive to my pops in Montana. About 10 hours. It took me 7 hours to get to my brother's wedding.
Ew.
So, and it was even better because it was on my 25th birthday. So yeah, June 1st, drove from where I live to Helena, Montana. So that was like 7 hours. And then stayed the night. Next day was the wedding. And then the next day, drive back home.
Billy, we do these every Tuesday. Every Tuesday. I usually have some other people on here. You can catch a lot of our past streams on my YouTube channel on GigaGamerDad. We're not that popular.
We're getting there. We're gonna get places.
I have 25 subscribers, Panda, and it's been that way for months.
At least the child subscribed. I'm pretty sure.
To the actual Giga Geeks podcast channel. She's the only one. She's alone on that channel, all by herself, subscribed.
See,
it just made me laugh.
It's fine.
All right. So we're sitting at 53 minutes and 30 seconds. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, thanks, Billy. I'm glad. I love to have people come on.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm on the very last book of Akatar.
Okay. So you also have more time to have the audio read, like go through the audiobooks, but I am.
Are you on a Court of Thorns and Roses? Which one are you on?
Yeah, like Akatar, yeah.
Okay, so you're on the first one.
I am 45% through, but I'm like, I have it set to like 1.7
Hell
times.
Yeah, Billy. Let's get those numbers up.
But yeah, it's definitely. It's so weird because I don't remember anything that happened in this book.
Really? You gave me so much shit for reading it too. You were like, "You."
No, I was just giving you shit just to give you shit because it's fun to give you shit because it's easy to do. That's what we do. But I'm like, how do I not remember anything that happened in this book? Techland.
Techland. Listen, Billy, only one of us here is actually very literate when it comes to video games.
It's this guy. I'm
You
learning.
pointed to
I've
the
learned a
wrong side,
lot.
but whatever. Well, we're just the Giga Geeks because we're just geeks and stuff. So
Just nerding out.
nerding out. I
But-
mean, obviously Star Wars, but yeah, ACOTAR. Like, I didn't think I was gonna like it nearly as much as I do. I really do.
It's really good, but I'm really starting to question like if I ever read it, because
Well,
like
see,
I
I
just
was
read so
mentioning
many
to my
books.
wife, I was like, it's hard for me to like find other fantasy IPs I like because as somebody who has read a lot of fantasy, you always compare it to the greatest, which is the Lord of the Rings, the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit, stuff like that. When you read fantasy, that's what you're comparing it to, or that's what you think of. Game of Thrones, like that's what you are imagining. And like
You can speak for yourself.
I'm just saying, as a male that
As a man,
reads
yes.
that kind of fantasy and has been in like the D&D world, going into ACOTAR, I did not have high expectations.
Yeah.
You understand
like
what
for
I mean?
me rereading it, I'm like, oh man, like it's nice that I don't remember anything that I read because I get to love it all over again. But that happens to me a lot.
Mhm. And I'm
Yeah,
on the very
definitely.
last book that has come out. Like, apparently there's going to be another one in the works at some point, but I'm on the last book that came out, and a lot of
How
people don't like the
fast are
last
you,
book.
like listening through these?
It's been about a month. I've read five books since the year started.
Okay. So
Because
then
we started
I take
off
that
with
back
Bridgerton.
because
We started off with Bridgerton, and I was like, "This is terrible. It is not what I expected. The show is better. The show is better. Don't fight me
so
on
what
this."
did you hold on? So what did you expect from the books? Because I haven't read the books.
It was so bland, and like
Really?
there isn't like
Yeah.
audiobooks. It still counts as reading. Fight me on that. As somebody who can't just sit down and read because I have kids and I'd rather play video games when I'm at home.
So I've been doing this. Like I'll read it to myself and then like when I'm driving, I'm listening to the audiobook and so then I gotta go through and like catch up.
Yeah.
And then I
My
gotta
wife-
go through and like
My wife does that too. Like she has a Kindle upstairs. She's probably reading right now. And her audiobook will pick up where she leaves off when she's done reading. So she'll listen to it in the car. And it's like, here's the thing. Like, I used to be that guy that was like, if you're not physically reading the book, it doesn't count. And once I started like listening to it, I'm like, oh, I get it. I get it. Because I sat in my chair holding my son today, trying to get him down to sleep. And I was listening. I finished the shortest ACOTAR book today.
3.5 or
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was sitting here playing Civilization 7 while I was doing it. And I miss reading. I really do. However, I don't want to sit there and stare at a page.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I have graphic
I hate
novels.
reading. I don't mind listening.
That's different.
See,
I'm with you, Billy. And so I love Civ 7. I've been playing the hell out of it. I like Civ in general. I think didn't we talk about how many hours I put into Civ last time? The
I
Civ
think
6.
so.
Let's see.
Stupid.
I wonder if I even have it still here.
But with that, so it's really hard.
Oh, Civ 6. Yeah, I have 1,000 some hours into it.
Jesus. It's really hard for me to do one or the other. I have to have both, but that's also like a reading comprehension thing, which is probably why I'm not remembering anything that I've read because it was
My
one of
wife,
those I just read through it and
my
not
wife
listened.
reads like 3 or 4 books at the same time. I cannot. And she listens to audiobooks at 2 times speed.
That's what I'm doing when I'm reading it. But when it's in the car, I have it like 1.5, 1.7.
My wife is insane when it comes to reading. She'll finish a book in like a day or two if she she powers through it. Like that's her hobby. And I get it. Like the same way I can power through a game is the same way she can go through like that. I'm listening to it at 1x speed because I'm an idiot and I need to actually listen to it.
I've liked listening to books
I love it
when I'm driving now, and I'm like, oh man, like now I see what my stepdad's been talking about because he's been doing that for years.
I was talking to Ken, the other person that's usually on this show, and I was like, my issue is I listen to a lot of video game podcasts, or I did, and I was like, these guys are talking about the same things, the same disappointments, the same, like, I cannot keep listening to these guys and keep my sanity. And I want to listen to something substantial. And my wife came up to me and she created a suggestion about listening to audiobooks, and we started a marital book club. So her and I are reading these books together so we can talk about them when we like finish up to a chapter, we catch up to each other. And it has been the funnest thing I've done in a while.
Oh yeah. That reminds me. I need to,
because I text her. I was like, "Oh, I finished 3.5." She's like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to talk to you."
Yeah.
Like, ask me how I thought.
Yeah, if I could get Greg to listen to a book, that would be great.
We're finishing up the ACOTAR series now, and I know she wants to like reread Throne of Glass and like Crescent City, those series. And I'm like, I need a palate cleanser. I want to read something else. I was thinking of Aragon.
Yes, Aragon.
Yeah, same time every week. Around what time is it for you over there?
6:15. Yeah, 6.
Yeah, it's 10:19 where I'm at, and we usually start at 9 my time. Aragon, Christopher Paolini or whatever, however you pronounce his last name, came out when I was like in high school.
Oh, yes.
You got Aragon, Brisinger, and something else.
Eldest,
Brisinger. I think there's only 3.
There's 4.
Oh my god. Inheritance?
Blue, red, green,
Isn't
gold.
that another one? Blue, red, green. Oh, that's another set of books I want to touch again. Because my wife was also reading Fourth Wing.
Oh yeah. Aragon, Eldest, Brisinger, Inheritance. There's a 5th one?
What?
What?
Aragon books.
Murtagh?
Murtagh?
Well, I guess we're gonna have to.
There's 5 books? I didn't know there was 5.
See, and I have the 4-book set that I got.
Well, yeah, I'm looking at the 5-book paperback. I mean, I'm gonna obviously do the audiobook because book reading.
You have to have it. I'm
okay.
See, movie, though.
See, Aragon, Eldest, Brisinger, and Inheritance follow the main character and his dragon, and then Murtagh follows another character in the book.
Oh my gosh, see, now that reminds me I needed to look up a whole nother series that I started as like in the 5th grade, and then the second book came out when I was in the 7th grade. Rumor was for 8th and 9th grade that it was supposed to come out, but it never did until like 6 years ago. And now I gotta remember what it was called.
Well, you'll figure it out, Billy. We do not. I mean, I script our streams basically by saying, "Hey, this is the topic I want to talk about this week. Let's talk about it." If you have if you have ideas, let us know, because the topic we had for tonight I couldn't do because there's only 2 of us.
So we just decided.
I'm not saying Panda's not smart, but I don't think she'd be really a good voice for this one.
Not by
Because
myself.
originally we were going to talk about our video game holy trinity, the 3 companies that we will always buy video games from.
Seeing that, I have to actually think about. So I'm glad we.
He didn't bail on us. He forgot it was Tuesday, and I can't say I blame him.
But it's Tuesday.
Listen, some of us that actually work know what day it is.
Okay, I remembered.
The only reason why I know it's Tuesday was because yesterday was my Friday.
So today was my Monday, which is typically now when we.
The third was going to be Kenny Kios, my uncle. He's usually on here. If you go onto the other streams, you'll be able to see him. Big guy with a beard, hard to miss. He's the annoying one. Are you still trying to figure out what book series that is?
No.
It's not the Dragon Wing series, is it?
No, I'm actually trying to get Avowed on here, and I'm trying to remember how we went about that.
Cloud gaming.
I know, but how did...
Go into Game Pass itself, try and find Avowed, and you should be able to do it that way.
I was like, how did we do that?
I'm on the second area of Avowed, and I'm really liking it. So...
I'm going to have to... Yes, I'm on Xbox.
Billy, I play wherever I have my games.
On everything.
Except for PlayStation, because all the PlayStation games are coming to Steam on PC, and I play them on my Steam Deck. So my preference is Xbox. That's where my library is. I have 600 plus games. Play test for Microsoft. I do quite a bit of play tests as well for things. I'm in the beta program for the Xbox console. I wanted to get into the alpha, but they didn't let me. I was in the beta branch for. I still play test Sea of Thieves sometimes if I want to see what's coming up beforehand.
Oh my god.
There is another pirate game I cannot talk about that I also play test for.
Play with cloud gaming. Okay.
No, they don't pay me. I just like to do it myself. I wish I got paid for that. I did, however, apply for CD Projekt Red to test for their new Cyberpunk game that will be coming out at some point, but I have never heard from them back.
Actually, speaking of being betas,
yeah, NDAs suck, but whatever. I have play tested a few games from Keymailer lately, and I've said stuff to them, so I would love that, Billy. That'd be great.
Yeah, I can link you guys up through Discord here after this. But I'm actually going to dabble with beta reading and proofreading. So if your idea that you threw out at me gets out there, let me know.
You mean the
I'll
fantasy?
Give you a discount.
Oh, you mean the smut book I wanted to write?
Yes.
It's still just an idea.
It can become more than just an idea.
Oh my god! You put it back in your pants, lady.
I got my pants on.
My wife reads quite a bit of smut.
Oh my gosh. My book comes out in 3 days. I've been waiting
Which book?
all month.
New smut book?
Yes, it's a new smutty book.
Oh, my wife might want to.
I need to add your wife on Facebook. Tell her that a friend request is coming her way.
I thought you already did.
I thought I did too, but I might not have.
Because she came up to me and she's like, "Who's this bitch?" And I was like, that's Panda. She's like,
who the hell?
She's like,
geez.
Who is she? I'm like, she's on my podcast. You've seen her.
That's Greg's. That's all you gotta say. Well, then, rude. I have books to recommend if that's the case.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure you and my wife can talk quite a bit. She's in a Resands group where they just talk about. Yeah, we're about to wrap up.
About to.
I mean, we usually try and keep this about an hour, and we're about an hour and 10 minutes. But it's because we've been talking about smut and books. So, my wife's part of a group that just talks about ACOTAR, and she wants me to finish this new book or this last book before she like adds me to it, and I cannot wait to get it because I'm gonna post all the dirty ACOTAR memes I can find.
Oh my god! Just gonna meme dump.
Oh, I'm all for it.
I know you are, all of you.
I'm a big Cassian fan. Lord of Bloodshed, baby.
I guess we'll see.
Awesome, Billy. Appreciate you coming out.
Yes, I never get to see you in here, so it's been great.
All right. So, you ready to wrap this up?
I think so.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome or thank you for coming out to the Giga Geeks podcast. I am. Oh boy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like to be on the show, please DM me, the GigaGamerDad. GigaGamer. My tongue tied as fuck right now. DM the GigaGamerDad on Discord, YouTube, Twitter, anywhere else you can find me. I play anywhere. You can find me pretty much anywhere as well because my name's the same across the board. Panda, where can they find you?
Although nothing's the same on Discord and Xbox, but yeah, Discord, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I'm gonna start posting shorts and clips from gaming now. But DCtheTrashPanda all the way through.
I got to start getting some reviews ready and start posting some of the reviews of the games I've been playing.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing like a lot of older games because I hate reviews of games for like Cyberpunk. They had DLC come out. Now you got to review the whole package. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
But ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming out. We hope to see you next week, same time, same place on Tuesdays. If anything changes, I doubt we'll even know. But we'll see you guys later. Have a good night.
Hasta luego.